us at Precision Defensive Solutions highly recommend to everyone who carries a firearm daily or has a firearm at home to protect themselves and their loved ones, get self-defense coverage in case the worst day of your life occurs. We trust our livelihoods to Firearms Legal Protection. They are now offering a discount and price lock through us for new members. There will be a link in the description to sign up or visit their website and use our code NCPDA. Thank you. God bless America.
Hi, this is Brandon with Precision Defensive Solutions, and Stephanie's sitting here with us, and we're here again with Mr. Terry Johnson from Firearms Legal Protection. How you doing, Terry?
I'm wonderful. How are you guys doing today?
Awesome, awesome. You know, we're getting into May, waiting for the weather to get better
and consistent.
Get some sunshine.
Well, you're in Ohio, so you know you're going to have to wait till at least June or July for consistency and sunshine.
Oh, well, you got that right.
Yeah, and hopefully it stops the snow.
Yeah.
Yes.
No snow in June. That's for sure. No.
There you go.
So let's talk a little bit about
duty to retreat.
Duty to retreat.
Sure.
So this is kind of a thorn for me, Terry, because being a self-defense instructor for so many years, I also understand the risk of having to retreat from a situation. And so, you know, my personal feelings about it versus what the law says can be two totally different things. And I want to make sure everybody understands what that looks like and what duty to retreat really means.
Sure. Well, let's talk about it. You know, there's only two kinds of, I'll call it, opportunities you have when it comes to use of firearm outside your home. I'm referring to either stand your ground or duty to retreat. And I liken it to being pregnant. You know, you can't be a little pregnant or, nah, I'm not just pregnant yet. You're either pregnant or you're not, right? So with duty to retreat, you have to understand you either have the duty or you don't. Ohio, and again, correct me if I'm wrong here, has not passed a stand your ground law at this point.
No, not at this point. Keep trying.
They're trying, right? So that means that in Ohio, before you can use lethal force to protect yourself, you have to have an escape route. You have to at least try to escape. Now, here in Michigan, we have stand your ground. And let me just kind of compare and contrast the differences. If I'm at a gas station and I start to pump gas and, you know, let's say 3 guys walk up to me, they're mean, they're ugly, and, you know, they're wearing Ohio State stuff. I'm just kidding. Okay. I'm a Michigan State alum, and I am very fine with the Buckeyes. So, but let's say they're wearing some, you know, they're looking pretty mean, and they come up and they say, hey, give me your wallet, give me your cell phone. Okay. Now, in Michigan, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to run away. I can stand there because I'm not doing an illegal activity. In other words, I can stay there and protect myself. In the state of Ohio, if something like that happens, the first thing I have to do is look for an escape route. Now, does that mean that I get to run away, like behind me, in front of me? That's the first thing I have to do. And if there's no escape route, then and only then am I allowed to use lethal force for my protection.
Okay.
And here's a question I always ask people when we talk about the duty to retreat versus stand your ground. You know, who has the advantage in the stand your ground state? Do you have it or does the criminal have it?
We do.
Absolutely. In a duty to retreat state, who's got the advantage? Do you have the advantage or does the criminal have the advantage?
Criminal.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where I have a problem, is because, you know, you don't know where their buddies are all the time.
Right. Right. And here's the thing, you know, as an instructor, you know, you guys are instructors, I'm an instructor, and, you know, the thing is, we always want to use our firearm as a tool of last resort. And if you can escape safely and if you can avoid the situation, that's always the best thing to do. However, there are some times when you don't have that opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, you know, sometimes you turn your back and you've just given them every opportunity that they want.
Absolutely. And, other times I'd rather see the criminals flee than me flee, if that makes any sense.
Oh, without a doubt. The,
But the interesting thing there, and let's talk about this very briefly, again, going back to the gas station. Now, what if I'm in my car? Guess what happens? All of a sudden, I have no duty to retreat.
Because it's castle doctrine, right? Or
In Ohio, it's the castle doctrine, correct. In some places, a forcible felony is being committed on you. And to me, that just makes no sense. So just because I'm on this side of the car door, I can do one thing, but I'm on the other side of the car door, I can't do it. Same criminal, same act. It's just, where am I? If I'm in the driver's seat, hey, I can use lethal force. If I'm standing outside my car in the state of Ohio, my duty is look for an escape route.
sure. Well, so that brings up, we keep talking about response with a firearm, and you just said it, as a last resort. So a lot of martial artists, who have trained for years, also carry a firearm.
Right.
What if it was an empty hand situation? Would that duty to retreat still lie?
That's a great question. So here's the question. With duty to retreat, that's primarily focused on, more than anything else, the use of lethal force.
Okay.
Not physical force, but lethal force. So if I want to get into a fight with three guys, I can stand there and do that and no one's going to prosecute me. But if I pull out my gun and I shoot three guys, now all of a sudden I have to explain why I didn't turn around and go in one direction, or why I didn't, go to the left of the vehicle.
Okay. So that helps clear that up for me too.
Yeah. And here's the other part of this. I mean, it's a big difference if I'm 25 years old trying to fight three guys versus, let's say, 65 or 75 years old.
Right. Exactly.
or someone my size who's like 5'2" versus someone 5'10" or 6 foot.
Exactly. So all of those things play into that standpoint of a duty to retreat. Now, stand your ground, whether you're 5'2" or 6'2", it doesn't matter. You have the right to stand your ground in a stand your ground state.
I think Ohio needs to go stand your ground.
I agree. So
I agree.
So at that
I agree.
confrontation situation, if I had a clear path to the car, to the driver's side door, could that be my duty to retreat? Could I jump in my car and drive away?
You could. You could, if that is your pathway to retreat. But here's the funny part about the way, if you think about it, so what happens if these three guys are trying to do something to you as you walk out of the gas station, right? You have a duty to retreat or find a safe exit or a safe pathway out of there. And if your safe pathway is to your car, you get to your car. Now, all of a sudden, if they come up to you, now you get to use lethal force. That makes no sense whatsoever.
Mhm.
Right. Well, Ohio's self-defense laws.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling sometimes.
Yeah, I was reading them and scratching what little hair I have left on my head. So I get you.
I think that's why I've lost most of mine. So again, thanks a lot, Terry, for the time, and we appreciate it.
Thank you guys, and stay safe.
All right,
Thank you.
too.
You too.